Over here. I've been looking for you. They've gone too far. This will not
I could use your help. Some of the on it, each of them, I haven't done.
Finally.
Want to prove your... Oh, good luck out.
Those damn. If you'd worried...
You saved me. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm getting away from here.
I won't forget this, stranger.
Dispel this ritual. This reliquary is nearly filled. The pipes are easily replaced. All your efforts are a waste. Storm you stop, we will summon a dozen more!
I served time in White Rose.
ritual.
Keep at it! Put that silver we acquired to good use.
Welcome
you
back to
lazy
the sky
goat
above.
herders.
The story of the Dark Heart. The Ghost Song clan knows it well. My clan. Once. I need to speak with my sister, Nathari. Traditions passed down from our foremothers. Like the story of the prophecy of the Dark Heart. It deals with souls, shadows, endings. I know the core of it. An outsider? Not likely. We need someone to intercede on our behalf. We need Brayden. He's a friend, and he holds the respect of the clan. If he vouches for you, Brayden can speak to the mood of the Ghost Song clan. Tell him what you told me. I'm sure he'll help us get a meeting with my sister. He's a werewolf, mind you, but I've never had a truer friend. Roldan Ring is an ancient site southeast of here. It's neutral ground. The place where all clans of the Ridge can gather to trade and share. Years ago, we argued about what the Spirit Queen's teachings meant for our clan. Nathari believes that we're meant to return to the old ways. More like the clan left me. My sister turned them against me. As the days grew darker, the Ghost Song Witches found it easier to see things her way than mine. The Spirit Queen often speaks to the witches of my clan. My former clan. Oh, we honor all the spirits of the Reach. But the Spirit Queen herself chose our foremothers to be the keepers of dark and powerful secrets. You know her as Namira. And yes, she has a spirit of death. Your soft priests in their stone houses see her as a fearsome spectre, fools that they are. Rich folk know the Spirit Queen as a guide. She watches. And your friend is a vampire. Werewolves are Hircine's chosen. Many of the Reach's greatest champions are skin changers. Brayden and the other werewolves are nothing like those grey hosts. I know Hircine's gift when I see it. There are two kinds of werewolves. Those who master their gift, and those who are slaves to it. Raiden, what news of the Ghost Song clan?
Your sister led the clan to Lost Valley. I was about to join them. Who's the outsider?
An ally against the Grey Host. I'll let them tell you themselves.
An outsider walking alongside the great and powerful Arana. That's not a sight I thought I'd see today. And she says you're an outsider come to fight outsiders. I wish you hadn't brought your war here in the first place. Speaking with Nathari is going to be That's just what the Reach folk call it. It isn't actually lost. We know exactly where it is. It's a sacred place from a darker time. Nathari said the time had come to I'm not sure, but I'm no witch. Some of our rituals aren't meant to be shared with outsiders, I'll tell you that much. Still, as I said, the place is sacred to us. The Nords built a great barrow there. Not all Reach folk practices involve blood and sacrifice, but many of our oldest traditions do. Lost Valley was a center for such activity once upon a time. Yes. We grew up together in the Ghost Song clan. I was furious when the clan banished her. I'm off to Lost Valley. If you want to find your sister.
Raiden must have gotten here ahead of us. I'd recognize his handiwork anywhere. It seems that the redoubt is over. The Nords built their barrow over the caves that were once used by my ancestors. The Spirit Queen led the first Ghost Song matron to a spot deep beneath the redoubt. I think that's where Nathari has taken the clan. They haven't. My mother had the entrance to the barrow concealed when I was a young girl. No one has used it since before I was born. I always knew those old stories. Nathari is younger than me, way too sure of herself. When I was the clan's matron, I tried to mentor her, but she follows her own heart. Witches can be a stubborn lot. I only wish she heard. Doesn't matter what I think, it's what Nathari believes she hears. What she sees in every sign important. From what Braden said, she thinks it's time to return to the old ways. Nathari wanted to be matron. And the clan, they were ready to choose her over me. I wanted to forge new traditions, but she promised them Ymira's blessing if they heeded the old ways. A werewolf killed this vampire, and it wasn't one of those Grey Host Mongols. Braden would have easily beaten us here, and I know his preferred method for delivering a quick kill. Understand. It's like the Grey Host is guarding this place. It doesn't look like the Grey Host attacked my clan. At least not yet. We need to find them. That's the Grey Host command camp up ahead.
Lady
Let's see what they're
said that
doing
no
here.
one is to interfere.
See what you can
Remain
find.
vigilant.
Grey Host scratchings. What does it say?
Turn that ugly nose into a newt. We've already had trouble with one trespasser. Remember, not...
Destroy the intruders!
Well, do those scratchings on paper tell you anything about what the Grey Host is doing in Lost Valley Redoubt? I never should have let Nathari push me aside. She was always drawn to darkness, even as a girl. Lady Boleyn must have found her eager to believe the right lies. The Dark Heart again. According to the prophecy, death awakens the Dark Heart. By the spirits. What? A stranger visited the clan when I was young. She asked about the old lore. She wore a smile, but I saw darkness in her eyes.
Must I handle this myself?
The door to the burrow was sealed many years ago. We're going the right way. The entrance is farther up. Keep going. We're almost to the summit. The burrow entrance is just ahead. The entrance should be here somewhere. Look around. Rising all around us. Nathari must have started the ritual. How dare Nathari allow Grey Host soldiers to prowl these halls? Ritual sacrifices. Nathari wants the clan to return to the old ways. These dead are ancient. Clearly not my sister's doing. In the past, Ghost Song witches made blood sacrifices to the Spirit Queen and the Lord of the Hunt in rooms such as this. My foremothers believed the Spirit Queen granted them power in exchange for the souls they sent to her realm. A death is the greatest gift a mortal can give, after all. This was where the clan... Aye. That seems to be where all this is laden. To awaken the Dark Heart, my coven must sacrifice that which they hold most dear. I can't believe she actually did it. Nathari sacrificed this Ghost Song hunter. Nathari, no! What have you done?
The hour is upon us, dear sister. You must feel it. The darkness.
You sacrificed our own people! Oh, poor Sagan!
I should have expected Arana to take up with outsiders. She always rejected the old ways. This is no... And every one of them gave up their life willingly. They gladly died to awaken the Dark Heart from its slumber. Arana may deny it. You sound like Braden. True believers see the honor in this sacrifice, but not everyone can overcome the fear that whispers in their ears. Why does this matter to you, outsider? The Ghost Song hunters, the true hunters, gather below, ready to give their lives for the Spirit Queen. Braden will too, when his time comes. The clan chose me, Arana. The Spirit Queen demands death, and I shall give it to her.
Damn it. I should never have left. No. I can't allow this. We need to find Brayden and the others. This is horrible. Natharia's convinced herself that she's doing the will of the Spirit Queen. And she persuaded at least some of the clan to go along with this man. Aye. That seems to be the long and short of it. The Dark Heart will beat again, and its power will surge up from the deep. The prophecy talks of death and destruction. But it also says that those who embrace it will be spared. There's power in the darkness. The old matrons mentioned a ritual cave deep within the barrow. It must be this way. Some hunters loyal to Nathari. Surely some must have opposed her. When they did fight back, they were quickly overwhelmed. Madness! Nathari will bring ruin upon the entire clan! Poor Senin. Not you too, old friend. What's that beside him? What do those scratch marks tell you? Not many of my clan learned the scratchings, but Senin could read and write the Imperial language. He spent years in Morikar's Imperial Guard. As we've seen, Nathari has convinced some of the clan to support this mad endeavor. This is Lady Belaine's doing. Spirits take that woman. She's laughing far from here and safe. I remember that from the stories. A cavern where the floor drops into darkness. That's where the first goes. Magic from below. We need to hurry.
The Dark Heart stirs. You can't stop the prophecy from being fulfilled. Every sacrifice strengthens the darkness.
darkness gathers in that infernal pit. I can feel it. The Dark Heart, it's waking up!
The darkness, it responds. The Dark Heart awakens. Give your lives so the Dark Heart may beat again. Too late, sister. The prophecy is fulfilled.
Stop Nathari before she feeds my entire clan to the darkness.
The Dark Heart hungers.
The dark makes Nathari stronger. But try to contain it. We did it, Terrier. The Dark Heart returns to its slumber. Raiden, you're alive. Thank the spirits.
I knew Nathari's ideas were folly, but this... With her own hand, she gave her kin to the darkness. Nathari was a friend once, before she became obsessed with the old ways. If Lady Boleyn put her on that path, then I've got a score to settle with her. And aye, we'll fight. There aren't many of us left, but most of us are werewolves. Lady Boleyn will regret the day she turned our own witches. This isn't your fault, Arana. Nathari could only see her own visions, hear her own spirits. Nathari's madness was her own, Arana. We'll follow you.
This is what you bring us around.
Who knows that Lady Boleyn was invoking the prophecy of the Dark Heart? I never expected it to lead to the decimation of my old clan at the hands of my sister. Still, the prophecy says it takes more than a handful of deaths to awaken the Dark Heart. Oh, Nathari got something to stir, but I think Lady Boleyn just used her to test the waters.
There you are. Verandis has been studying that dark energy down in the library of Arkstand, trying to figure out what Rada al-Saran and Lady Boleyn have planned. He thinks it might actually be related to the darkness. Look, I'm no scholar. I barely believe in the stuff and I hardly understand it. But the void is the place outside the places. The darkness beyond Mundus and Oblivion. Anyway, Verandis felt a change in the currents. He sent me to get you. Well, that would explain it. You might have stopped it from fully awakening, but Verandis says something has changed. Even I could feel it. Come on, Verandis needs you to meet him at Night Hollow Keep is down in Blackreach, east of the Library of Arkstand. Verandis is there. He's waiting for you. It must have been impressive once, but it's falling into ruin now. Apparently, it was the seat of power for an ancient vampire clan, the Night Hollow. All that's left of them are a scattering of feral beasts. Plus, not much. I did a lot of digging into the Grey Host, but I never found a scrap about the Night Hollow. We're learning that some of the ancient vampire clans built kingdoms in Blackreach. My guess? There were. Skyrim too. It seems that long ago the first clans established an empire beneath the surface. Even Verandis thought it was only a legend. but we're finding more and more. That strange dark magic that's drifting around the Library of Arcsand, Varandas calls it void energy. He's been studying it, trying to find its source. Well, you know those shades. Varandas says they're souls that got caught in the currents. It twisted them into hungry, hateful shadows. But you also used it to move around, so it's not all bad. I'll meet you down in Blackridge.
Perfect. The pockets of energy we discovered in the Library of Arcsand, they're even stronger here. The void energy permeates that ancient keep. I suspect the Dark Heart. Interesting. The Dark Heart hasn't fully awakened, but I did feel it stir. We need to find the Dark Heart, whatever it is, and prevent Rada and Belain from using it. I thought it was a dwarven artifact. Very little, I'm afraid. The whole idea of a kingdom of ancient vampire clans hiding in the depths of Blackreach. Well, I thought it was nothing more than a legend. Let's you and I split up and search the keep while Gwendis returns to Markarth. We know Lady Belain has something in mind for the city, and one of us should be close at hand. Inside, one of my talents involves auramancy magic. Certain inanimate objects, especially items that hold significant personal value, can become imbued with the auras of those who possess them. Important events and powerful emotions leave a mark on their surroundings. Auramancy deals with evoking memories from the auras left behind on objects. It's an arcane art that I have perfected over the centuries. Auramancy is a useful tool for unraveling the history of ancient places. Clearly, this keep was once great. Now it's forgotten. Yet a power our enemies covet stirs within. I think the story of this place is the story of the Dark Heart. I don't see how. Rada al-Saran was a Yakutan swordmaster before he came to Tamriel. His vampirism is a result of a meeting with Molag Bal. At least that's how I understand it. Lady Belain, however, a good question. We know that Rada promises freedom to the Grey Host. He spent centuries bringing the various elements of it. Now, Gwendis, you know I never asked. There you are. See if you can find a personal object within this ancient study. Did you find something? Bring it here. What did you find? My auramancy works best on a personal possession, something with an emotional aura. Let me see. I pity the stone is damaged, but it still retains a trace of magical aura. There are... No. But it appears to be a pin or an emblem of some kind. The owner would have worn it on their clothing, close to their body. Good.
A gift for me, my love.
I have chosen. Tonight, you and Rain will drink from the Dark Heart.
I have longed for this moment, my lady.
Soon, you will be a lord of the Night Hollow clan. One of my chosen.
So Lady Belain did... I sensed that Lady Belain was ancient, but the vision confirms she was not only part of the Night Hollow clan, she was their leader. The Dark Heart gets more interesting at every turn. How did they drink from it? For that matter, what did they... Yes, but we need more information. I can deduce that the Dark Heart is some sort of power source. That much is obvious. And it's tied to the void energy we encountered. Plus, the currents got strong. Yes, I noticed that too. Whether due to the long centuries of isolation or something more sinister, they are shadows of their former selves. I cast Auramancy upon the insignia. The lingering magic may reveal additional scenes from the past as you explore these halls. Phantasms, really. Harmless. And keep watch for more void portals. As at Arctazan, they may help you.
Sound is faint. The dark halls. No! Death cannot claim the Night Hollow!
Ah, this looks promising. A noble's chamber, I think. Take a look around. Have you found something I can cast my auramancy upon? My explorations have turned up very little, but it looks like exactly what I was hoping for. I suspect the Night Hollow nobles wore these as a badge of rank. Let's see what we can learn.
We broke through. The way to the Dark Heart is open.
But the heart falters. Something is wrong.
Damn dwarves. They depleted its energy.
Seal the Dark Halls! Until the heart recovers, only those who bear the sign of the Inner Circle may partake of its gifts.
I think I understand what happened to the Night Hollow clan. I suspect Lady Belain is the survivor of a long decline. While the rest of her clan slid into madness, she alone remained. That memory comes from a later time. The Lord spoke of opening a way to the Dark Heart, which implies the Night Hollow lost access to it at some point. But what are these dark halls Lady Belain spoke of? Where can we find them? Perhaps. And maybe we have the key. Lady Belain said that only those who bear the sign of the Inner Circle can utilize the heart. That must refer to the insignias you found. Let's look for these. More than likely, the dark halls lie below us somewhere. See if you can find a way down while I attempt to trace the currents of void energy that radiate throughout this ruin. One of us should find a way through. The best answer may be none of them. I suspect the Dark Heart may have been here before all of them. More than likely, they found it, and made use of it. Perhaps. It's curious, isn't it? I wonder if the Dark Heart has a purpose of its own.
Nobles, they keep the Dark Heart all for themselves. Lady Elaine refuses to let us drink. Can't she see we're dying?
I think this is the entrance to the Dark Halls. As you can see, powerful magic wards the door. Perhaps I can draw a memory from it.
A dormant Dark Heart is of little use to us, Belaine.
It can be awakened, but I need to get the help of the Reach Witches.
Patience, Belaine. Not until I restore the Grey Host. Not until we unlock the orrery.
More delays. Very well. But the Dark Heart must beat again, Rada al-Saran. Nothing else matters.
It seems Rodda came here a long time ago. This is the most recent memory, but it's still centuries old. Did you see? Rodda and Belaine made some sort of deal centuries ago, and now the conditions of that deal have almost been... I've been thinking about what you told me. I believe the Ghost Song ritual primed the Dark Heart, opening a path between this world and the Void. Something as powerful as the Dark Heart that's been asleep for millennia may stir from the taste of a few souls, but I suspect it needs a banquet to awaken fully. Perhaps, if we hurry, it won't come to that, because Rodda had not yet raised a new army. And he had other preparations to make, no doubt. Centuries don't matter much to immortal vampires. Now hold up the intact insignia. Let's see if we're right and it grants us access. A tunnel? The Night Hollow left the Dark Heart where they found it, instead of bringing it to their keep. Strange. Hold. Someone left these belongings here. They may have a story to tell. A well-made weapon, placed with care. Let me try my auramancy.
Elaine, we're dying. There's nothing you can do.
I refuse to accept that, Idrisen. But one of us must remain strong to save the others. I will take the remaining energy from the Dark Heart. It will sustain me until I determine how to make it beat again.
No, Belain. You know blood no longer sustains us. If you take the last of the heart's energy, the rest of us will starve.
How horrible. The Dark Heart gave the Night Hollow unbelievable power, but they were dependent on it. They lost the ability to draw It appears that Lady Belain took the last of the void energy for herself, enough to saturate her and keep her strong through all these long centuries. While the clan around her stopped. Apparently not. Feeding on void energy changed them. They lost the ability to take nourishment from the blood of mortals. I suspect Lady Belain believes that her clan will recover. Can you feel the void energy? That's the Dark Heart.
The Dark Heart must be fed. I will see to Markarth.
Rather no. You must not awaken the Dark Heart.
I stopped heeding your advice a long, long time ago, Tyranus.
Blazing meddler!
Lady Belain, I failed you.
Fulfilling an oath and saving my brethren. Our brethren. This is the way it must be, Verandis. You will understand. In time.
Deal with Lady Belain's minions. I'll try to stop Rada.
Fulfilling an oath and saving my brethren. Our brethren. This is the way it must be, Verandis. You will understand. In time.
The Dark Heart. A piece of the primal void trapped in our world. No wonder it warps the very weave of existence all around it. Look up. We're directly beneath the library of Arthzan. The Dark Heart feeds on death. You saw that when the Ghost Song clan was sacrificed. Only he's offering the heart a much correct, as part of Lady Belaine's peace with the Grey Host. Just... That lift over there should take us to the library grounds. Hurry. Look at the dome. Markarth's souls are being drawn inside. I now understand the what of our enemy's plan, if not the why of it. Rodda had centuries to set this in motion, yet I don't see how the orrery can free the Grey Host. As for Lady Belaine, the Dark Heart beats again. No, not yet. Our enemy has gained a momentary success, but now we know the extent of... Our enemy advances on two fronts, my friend, and we must match them move for move. Radha al-Saran has acted. The attack on Markarth has begun, but we can still save the city if we hurry. Go. Warn Ard Kadak. Tell him to defend his... I will deal with Radha. After you warn Kadak, find Lady Belaine, defeat her, and the Reach folk will stand a better chance against the assaulting army. And if you can end the map, I'll find a way to deal with Radha. Lady Belaine and the Grey Host, I leave in your hands. Stop them from feeding the Dark Heart, and it should fall dormant again. They both seek to awaken the Dark Heart, so they can use the void energy it releases for their own ends. Currently, Radha has activated the orrery in the library. Majority of Radha's troops here in the Reach are new recruits. He doesn't have that many experienced commanders to rely on. Besides, Lady Belaine has... As we learned in Night Hollow Keep, Belaine's clan of vampires can only feed on the energy of the Dark Heart. As long as it slumbers... No. Rodda is my problem to deal with. I need you to save Markarth. Maybe if... I wish I could say for certain. We know the Dark Heart allows pockets of void energy to seep into our world. Perhaps he plans to use the...
Hurry up! Over here! The Grey Host assault has begun! The Grey Host came out of nowhere, hit the city like a giant's hammer, vampires and werewolves, rending and killing anyone they could catch. The Ardsfolk thought they were safe in Markarth. Only fools put their trust in walls. Just like what Nathari did to my clan. The bastards. Arana brought us here to help. Lady Belaine unsealed the doors to Nichuanzel and let the Grey Host into the city. We arrived just in time to fend off the first wave. Can't make any promises about the next. Go to Stay sharp and keep alert on your way to Understone Keep. The Grey Host, the vampire noble, your friend Varandus. He convinced Arana that we had to help defend Markarth. We marched when Gwendis gave...
There you are. After all your talk, I was beginning to think you'd abandoned us. The Grey Host raided my city. Well, they certainly did a good job with their first attack. Lady Belaine actually tried to kill me herself. Might have succeeded. Damn it, outsider! But your words ring true. All right. Watch your step in Nichoanzel. From what we could tell, the Grey Host was gathering there for days before the attack. Even a strong witch, in all her anger, is a force of nature. Arana blames Lady Belain for what happened to her old clan, and rightly so. Sounds like Belain got into poor Nathari's head. Well, she gave me good counsel, for a time. Even regarding the Grey Host. Sheltering in Markarth saved a lot of Reach folk. Ha! My gran would scare us with tales of the Night Lords who once ruled the Reach from the land below. Always thought she was just trying to frighten the...
Hang on, hero. I did a bit of scouting and you need to hear what I have to say. Nechanzel is crawling with Grey. I didn't see her, but I wasn't able to advance very far into the Undercity. Since you're obviously on your way to help her, and I've delivered... I hate that Verandis has a past. But he is an ancient vampire. I can't expect him to have remained alone for centuries until he met me. His connection to Rada al-Saran, though, he needs to be careful. Verandis always tries to see the good in people, but any good Rada al-Saran had dried up a long time ago. Look, some...
I sensed a friendly presence. Thank the spirits. I wanted to finish this, but Belain, she's too strong. And the Grey Host. I chased Lady Belain into the depths, battled her to a standstill. And then she summoned the Grey Host. She fled while I fought them off. To the Listen, I sensed something else down below. A second keystone. Find it, and you'll... Forget me. Get the second keystone. Don't linger, Harrier. All this death, it fuels the Dark Heart. I already feel my strength returning. It's the Dark Heart. Like the ghost song witches of old, I feel its power stirring within me. I hear the whispering of Namira. No, not in and of itself. Like all of Namira's gifts, how we use it is where good and evil come in. It's Belain who is twisting it to this vile purpose. Down the stairs, then look for the vaults. That's where I fought Lady Belain.
It's a trap! Fight them all!
I'm as frustrated as you are, Gwendis. We don't have a keystone, and I haven't been able to discern another way to get inside. Try as I might, I haven't been able to penetrate the wards on the door into the orrery. The dwarven magic is too powerful. Another keystone? It seems the spirits of the Reach smile favorably upon us after all. No one has entered or departed by these doors in all the time I've been here. It's clear that Rodda and Belain... By all means, if it works, we can finally confront Rodda and... I can get through to Rodda. I must.
Rodda! Stop this! There is no stopping it now, Barandus. A few more adjustments to this infernal machine, and all will be ready.
This won't save your brothers and sisters! I told you, it's impossible!
Oh, but you're wrong. About so many things. Can't you feel it, Barandus? The tug of the Dark Heart on your cursed soul.
Leave him alone!
The Dark Heart? You're going to sever our souls from Bhaal?
You see, once I gather the Exarchs to my side, my ancient promise will be fulfilled. Belain, spare Barandus and his cherished daughter. Dispose of the rest.
Come and gaze upon the heart. Come and witness my true power.
You fools! The Dark Heart is mine to command. This is the place where your little rebellion ends! is mine!
Destroy power! Use the portals! The portals will help you reach the Void Mother! Open another portal!
This is impossible! The Dark Heart sustains me.
Harrier. Lady Belain. Is she dead? The Spirit Queen. Namira. She required a champion. She is the spirit of death and decay. Belain defied natural death, as all vampires do. Using Namira's energy like that, it was an affront. Please, help Verandis. I see it now. The Lord of the Grey Host.
The orrery won't slow down!
My friend, your timing is perfect. Get to the far platform and throw the switch. It will take all of us to stop this infernal machine. My friends, tell me, what of Lady Belain? If you hadn't arrived when you did, Gwendis and I would not have been able to power down the orrery. Thank you. But tell me, what of Arana and Lady Belain? So it was Belain's death I felt in the darkness. Oda was right. For some reason, the connection I have to the Dark Heart is strong. But there was something else. Another sensation. Arana dead. That's another soul lost to the void. Between her and those that perished at Markarth, the Dark Heart ate well this day. Tell Ardkadak the news. I want to study this machine a little longer. Something here will shed light on Rodda's purpose. I know Rodda won't rest until he says. Rodda used the orrery to focus the void energy. He created a portal to travel somewhere, but the specific destination eludes me. He did say he needed to gather his exarchs. The original warlord. An immediate one? No, I don't think so. With Rodda gone and Lady Belain dead, the Grey Host forces here in the Reach will event. Yes, but he's finished with Markarth and the Reach. I think he got what he wanted from the Orrery and the Dark Heart. At least for now. Don't worry. I'll figure out what else he has planned, and together we will deal with it.
Ah, here's one whose report we need. We did as you said, Rover. We defended the city and kept our people safe. Then, all of a sudden, the Grey Host turned and fled. And I bet, well, that explains everything. Someone will sort out the details and tell them to me later, eh? Arana promised to stop Lady Boleyn. No matter what. Trust a Reach Witch to make her own words come true. At least it was a good death, given in a noble cause. They scattered and fled. Good riddance. Between Arana's Wilders and my Stonehands, we held them back. And when you cut off the head, they were...
We stopped Lady Boleyn from gorging the Dark Heart with all the souls of Markarth, but we can't bring back the dead. Still, the Heart awakens. The orrery remains charged with void energy, but the Dark Heart was never completely filled, and it already wanes. That means we denied Rada al-Sir. Any surviving Night Hollow clan members are bound to the Dark Heart. As it wanes, so will they. When you destroyed Lady Boleyn, you sealed the doom of her entire clan. Yes, whether through the use of the orrery or some other means, Rada tied the void energy to the Grey Host. And due to my past affiliation, that seems to include me. Soon. For now, savor this victory. The courage of mortals, not some buried relic, is the true heart of the Reach. You've saved countless lives, and
we defeated evil today. An ancient darkness at the very heart of the Reach that threatened to destroy us all. These outsiders stood beside us and made our troubles, our enemies, their own. Let them hear our thanks. Look around you, people of the Reach. Markarth still stands. See your fellow Reach folk, and know we will always fight for our land and our ways.
the time has come, my friend. I know you've only had a moment's peace, but we must renew our hunt for Rada al-Siran with all due haste. That I have yet to determine. But consider what he's wrought thus far. Harrow storms across western sky. A good question. Despite your success stopping High King Svargrim and Lady Boleyn, the reawakening of the Dark Heart... A moment. Sometimes the intensity of the currents flowing through the darkness can be... overwhelming. There. It's nothing. I don't want to concern the others. Whatever Rada did at the orrery, it connected the Grey Host. I don't know. I can feel the Dark Heart's pulse. A throbbing that grows stronger as the heart becomes more powerful. But it hasn't consumed me. In fact, like Arana and Lady Boleyn, I may be able to draw upon it. Though I haven't attempted that yet. Investigate the Grey Host activity in the foothills north of Markarth, near Bethar Dams. Fenorian will meet you there. Gwendis and I will return to the orrery in Arcthazand. It's clear the orrery plays an integral part in Rada's plans, but the specifics elude me. The dark...
It's good to... Wonderful. I appreciate
Marcus, fine. No report.
Brothers and sisters, we are on the cusp of victory. Storm blows through the void. Everything we lost will be returned. Even your lives. Success will bring salvation. Give him my best.
Damn it! I knew we should have attacked when we had the chance.
My orders were to wait, Lyris. At least Rada left something in his haste.
Wait, is that you, partner? Could have used you a moment sooner. I was this close to finally planting my axe in Rada al-Saran's face. If Fen hadn't insisted we wait for his Raven Watch friends, that monster wouldn't have slipped through our fingers. When Fen got his orders to investigate the Grey Host, I invited myself along. Sorry about my temper. It's just that we've been shadowing these bastards. Well, Fen's the one keeping notes, but Rada al-Saran gathered his subordinates and remaining forces here. It's clear he's preparing to make a move, so Fen sent word to the Raven Watch. I just wish we... a lead that's dragging us in circles. Look, Fen can tell you more. I'm sure he'd love to talk to someone other than me. Brilliant conversation isn't one of my better-known graces. Possibly. And I've seen Ice Reach Coven witches among the Grey Host troops. After we dealt with Svargrim and shattered the Grey Host's hold on western Skyrim, it looks like Rada moved his operation. It was slow going, but the concoction he and old Mjolnir produced was the only reason the holds were able to start fighting back. Even after we stopped Rada al-Saran's plan in Solitude, I don't think the western holds would have survived without it. Alive and well. She's taken to her role as Jarl of Solitude far better than anyone imagined. The people love her. There's new life in the hold despite all that's happened. I admit, you're asking me? No idea. But it's here, and so is Rada al-Saran, so I'd guess it's...
What? Oh, sorry. I was fixated on this trinket. When Verandis said he would send someone, I assumed he meant Adusa. We weren't supposed to make a move, but Lyris feared we'd miss our chance. I don't think we... Other than I think it belonged to Rada al-Saran? I sense a powerful magic has been cast on the item. Oromancy. I recognize it. The technique is remarkably similar to... Well, after their defeats in Western Skyrim and the Reach, the Grey Host has regrouped. The ancient Exarchs have arrived and asserted their control over the newer troops. We also intercepted a courier a few days ago. My command of ancient Yokuden is elementary at best. I assumed it had something to do with harrow storms, until Rada al-Saran mentioned this dark storm. I think he's... We're going to meet Verandis. Right now? Yes, that would be prudent, I suppose. Do I look presentable to you? Befitting of an audience with... This trinket Rada al-Saran left behind. It radiates a magical residue similar to what Verandis leaves behind when he casts Oromancy. Perhaps you've seen him... Amazingly so. I assisted Svanna, Jarl Svanna, for a while, helping old Mjolnir and the Mages Guild produce as much of the Harrowstorm elixir as we could. No. Though I'm hopeful Count Verandis can find something in this coded letter. He's better at ancient languages than I am. I was able to find this meeting. Do I? Yes, well, I suppose it's only natural. I'm returning from my first real assignment and haven't seen Count Verandis since... Who doesn't look up to the person that's, for all intents and purposes, their father? Count Verandis made me a part of it. Is that Count Verandis?
The soul's ability to travel among infinite planes of existence is equally boundless.
Fen, what did you do?
Souls can go anywhere. Imagine if they had the freedom to choose their destination, or even return to life.
It's the auramancy. We're seeing an image of the past.
Keep your weapons sharp and close.
But we intercepted this letter.
A moment, Fenorian. The darkness has passed. Well done acquiring this letter.
Never mind the pat on the back, Verandis. What happened?
It's nothing. A distraction. Our friend has arrived, and we must... The Dark Heart. The episodes grow more frequent. Each time the currents swell. I see that Rodder has employed his mother tongue to obscure the message. I remember his language. And the Grey Host ciphers well. No, he's trying to persuade me. Convince me that his path is the right one. Not in and of itself. He wants me to follow in his footsteps. To see what he did and learn the truth of what he promises. In doing so, however, I will discover how to stop it. He's bearing his threat to me, confident I will. I must seek a place in the Reach where the land was sundered from Tamriel. And I must study the Void through Night Hollow eyes. Finally, I must learn about keystones in Badar Zel. I leave the course of the journey up to you, but these three will go ahead to assist you. Lyris to Understone Keep. When... I'm sorry to put this all upon your shoulders, but it's better that I remove myself from this journey. You can see what Rodder intends to show me with impartial eye. That's a distinct possibility, but I don't believe Rodder intends to kill me. At least not yet. He has something to prove. That need will stay his hand better than any armor. We don't have the luxury of ignoring it. Rodder is a prideful man. When I deserted the Grey Host, it wounded him deeply. He wants to prove that I was wrong to doubt him. What he doesn't understand, if this is a trap, you're the one walking into it. But if he does return to the orrery while you're gone, I will buy whatever time I can. I'll study the heart and the orrery. Try to learn enough so that we can make use of whatever you'll discover when the time comes. I will also examine my own... yes, of course. Rodder didn't reveal everything in his letter, but if there's something I can answer for you, that one is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. But Rodder provided a clue. He said it was a place in the Reach. Who better to ask about locations in this part of the world than Ard Kadok? Meet Lyris and Markarth and seek the Ard's counsel. I can only speculate, but we know the Night Hollow clan had an intimate connection to the Void through the Dark Heart. It makes sense they studied it over the many years that it sustained them. I noticed an archive in their keep when we were there. Yes. See what secrets they gathered at the height of their power. I only hope that the archive has weathered the centuries better. We know Rodder needed a keystone to enter this chamber and calibrate the orrery to the Dark Heart. Go to Badar Zel. Fenorian, I'll answer them as well.
I made some interesting discoveries while I was waiting. The Tharzel is more intact than the few other dwarven ruins I visited. I spotted a chamber that appears related to the Keystones. But more intact, therein lies the problem. My vampiric abilities make traversal somewhat trivial, but I noted numerous void portals scattered around Tharzel. I understand you and Verandis encountered them before. May I suggest trying to reach the void portal at the top of that tower first? It seems like a good... As Verandis explained it to me, the void portals sort of pull you toward their... Worked! I mean, of course it worked. I'll be waiting on the other side. I had every confidence you wouldn't get sucked into some boundless void. The repository is just through this door. Let's see what we can find. This looks like some kind of manufacturing equipment.
I can't get the smell of her blood off my hands.
It was a mercy. You know that.
I ruined her, Rodda, body and soul. I played God and Lysolda paid the price. I'm a damn fool.
A fool once told me there is no such thing as damnation. Only souls who have lost hope.
That's not fair, Rodder.
You said it with such conviction I could not argue. You have not forgotten our promise, I hope.
We'll seek salvation together. Thank you, Rodder.
I thought Zingalis, one of Rada al-Saran's exarchs, came up with the plan to return the Grey Host to life. But it was Verandis? If you completed all 3 steps of the journey, head back to the orrery. If not, meet Lyris at Understone Keep, or Gwendis at the night. Yes. And it's a darker story than we were led to believe. Not only was Verandis a member of the Grey Host, and a close confidant. When we confront Rada al-Saran, it must be the last time. When the moment comes to end this, there can be no doubt, no hesitation.
Over here. Night Hollow Keep is just ahead. Night Hollow Keep is down this path. The archive should be right inside. In writings we recovered from Lady Belaine, she mentioned... Well, it's crawling with Night Hollow vampires. Not just the mindless, spooky kind. Looks like some of them got recharged when the Dark Heart woke up. They patrol the outer wall in shifts. One door in and out. You got it. I haven't been able to keep track of their comings and goings, so there's no telling which vampires have the keys. Attacking them could attract unwanted attention. Remember, get keys off the patrolling vampires or find another way to get inside. Either way, let's get into the archive. Find this Night Hollow testament and get back to Verandis, alright? Rada al-Saran wants Verandis to study the void through Night Hollow eyes, right? According to Lady Belaine's writings, the secrets to harnessing the Dark Heart's power... No, but we didn't find it after you killed Lady Belaine. We know she didn't completely trust Rada al-Saran, so where else could she be leaving it for safekeeping? If it's not here... I'm off. If I see something that might help, I'll let you know. Look how high that nether root's growing. Think it will hold our weight? That's a Grey Host Pentarch, probably after the same thing as us. What's that beside him? That wasn't as difficult as I expected. Now let's enter the archive. As far as libraries go, the lighting in here is terrible. Hey, I bet that's what we came for. That's done. Hey, why is this trinket over here glowing?
This is feasible.
No, rather merely a possibility, but the soul binding required.
We can save our kindred from Cold Harbor's torment, and you quibble over the cost? Is your heart so cold?
Even if you returned our kindred to life, Molag Bal's claim to their souls would remain. Our contracts are inviolable.
Another obstacle to overcome.
You think the Prince of Domination is merely an obstacle? Rodda, listen to yourself.
Kneeling when I should have stood proud was the greatest mistake I ever made. I will not repeat it.
Verandis keeps everyone at arm's length. Is this why?
Over here, partner. I've got bad news and worse news. Kadok and I already exchanged words. Most of them insults. The only agreement we came to was that he'd stop. It wasn't a fight until he sent his stone hands against me. Wasn't much of one after that, come to think of it. We got as far as Sundered Land when he shouted something about Mana Marco and called up his personal guard. That's what I was trying to find out when Kadok got all angry and said something about my head and a pike on the wall. Look, Markarth would be a ghost town if it wasn't for you. If that doesn't earn you the courtesy of it, the Ard is in his throne room. We just need to know where to find the land sundered from Tamriel. According to Radha al-Saran's letter, it's somewhere in the Reach. Oh, and I'm not apologizing. Manamarco, Emperor Varen, Nord's Reachman, his flea-bitten beard. I can stomach insults hurled at me, but I couldn't stand there quietly as he spoke ill of Varen while praising that traitor Manamarco.
Had my fill of Reeker's grace in my presence today. Seeing is how you've shed blood for me, and mine. I'll give you my ear, but make it quick. My bile's up. Ah, you speak with that half-giant's tongue. What business is it of yours? What I do with my land? I gave that parcel to Manamarco years ago. It was his to offer to Molag Bal. I didn't know that was the elf's intent when I granted her the domain, but we honor Molag Bal, just like all the great spirits. You won't find... Manamarco didn't call me confidant. When he departed, he said the failure here would forge his success elsewhere. I never saw him again. There's a lift in Nichuan Cell that'll take you to the Sundered Land. I keep it sealed, for reasons that should be obvious. But I'll see you're granted passage. Not so long ago, Reach folk ruled the Empire. We had our lands returned, and dignity restored. Then, we were driven. No, the usurper, Varen, lost his lands, his throne, and so much more. What Manamarco promised me.
Got the information we need? Good. Rada al-Saran. This is our chance.
Pity. I wanted Verandis to see this place for himself.
They chipped off a hunk of this stone. If Rada al-Saran went through the trouble, we might as well too. Hey, there's another memento here. Like the one Fenorian found near Bethar Dams.
Are those my notes?
Verandis, forgive me. As ever, your genius captivates me. I had no idea you made such progress.
I'm still no closer to a viable solution.
You're closer than you think.
How can you know that?
I discussed your findings with a new ally. They claim it will work. Only your trepidation holds us back.
I thought you'd changed. That you sought penance. I won't participate in mass murder!
Our dream is within reach, and you're still concerned for the mortals.
Verandis and Rada al-Saran seemed pretty friendly back in the day. Did you know about that? I don't know what a chunk of Oblivion or that memento have to do with Rada al-Saran's Darkstorm. But maybe Verandis can explain it when we get... Then why is Rada al-Saran sending cryptic messages to Verandis? Even if he can't win the count back.
past is ancient history. Rodder's intentions were to sway me back to his side.
That's not good enough, Count. Why didn't you tell us that this was all your fault?
Father, it wasn't just your research that let him revive the Grey Host. The actual procedure was your creation.
You don't understand. Please tell me you found out more about the Darkstorm. The others see conspiracies where there are none. Just past sins that I thought long buried. They say you found everything that... Remember the journey Rodder sent me on? The one you took in my place. It was to follow in his footsteps. To see how he reached this moment in time. This stone, it's a shard of oblivion lost in our world. To see the void through Night Hollow eyes. Yes, it's written in the tongue of the first vampires. I can read it, barely. In addition to other things, this is basically a spell. Was the point to show me the inner workings of the mysterious dwarven keystones? We know Rodder used one to link the Darkheart's power to not only the orrery, but to the Grey Host as well. What you discover doesn't tell us much about the Darkstorm, at least not yet. But the picture is beginning to form in my mind. Rodder's letter provided one more clue. He claimed it's true that Rodder often relied on myself and later Zingalis to handle his research and experiments. But he wasn't without his own skills when it came to arcana and alchemy. I suppose, during his long isolation, who would remain behind that could stand against Rodder? I fear that even together we would be hard-pressed to stop him. We'll need every advantage for the end battle, should it come to that. Perhaps if I can learn. The darkness crashes against my mind like waves slamming into the shore. It can be distracting. I can function normally, with the occasional need to... Using my auramancy, I turned the magic on the orrery itself. I learned much about how the orrery operates. Come, Raven Watch, Titanborn. We can't let the specters of the past distract us from our mission.
Very well, Count.
I'll remain by your side as we search. I think we're getting closer. Careful! That Night Hollow vampire radiates with the power of the Dark Heart.
Vengeance for Lady Belaye! Witness what a taste of the Dark Heart can do.
Rodder's laboratory. I see he's adopted Zingalis's method. Yes, this is it. I can feel the echoes of Rodder's work here. Rodder has taken my research in directions I never imagined. Dwemer machines, Night Hollow rites, Reach. Yes, I'm beginning to see how the pieces you retrieved fit together. He's building a bridge through the void. The Oblivion Shard serves as a lodestone to point to his destination, but Rodder has always sought to escape Molag Bal's hold on his soul. Cold Harbor is the place where Bal's power is absolute. It makes no sense, unless Cold Harbor isn't his destiny. Fenorian will reproduce the Reach alchemy while Gwendis performs the Night Hollow rites. You must manage the Dwemer machines controlling the tonal, etheric, and kinetic energy. These Dwemer devices, they are similar to pieces of the orrery itself. They manipulate various cosmic forces, tonal, etheric, and kinetic, to chart the expanse of the void. You must keep these forces under control for my... The components you retrieved from Bathar Zel showed me that the keystones consist of these same sorts of devices, just on a smaller scale. As I conduct the ritual, Rodder pointed us to the means and method of recreating his work. There's something he wants for me to see. Now to begin, start by adding etheric power. Now, quickly, I need more kinetic power. Now, some tonal energy.
It's catalyzing too quickly!
Quickly, help Fenorian! We're losing kinetic energy. I need more. I need an influx of etheric power. I just need your help with the Night Hollow rite. Just the tonal frequency, quickly! We almost have it, just a little more! I'm losing control of it, reduce the kinetic energy! The Night Hollow rite is surging, help Gwendis! Tonal harmonics are in discord. Change the output. Fenorian, we'll need the alchemical reaction soon. Recalibrate the etheric power. It's too little. The kinetic mechanism is off balance. Set it right. Close. Help Gwendis with the Night Hollow rite once more. Catalyze the Reach alchemy now! Initiate a tonal cascade and hang on! I can see it! I can see everything! Rodder found it. A piece of land sundered from the Reach, caught between Mundus and Oblivion. It is both and neither, outside the grasp of Ball, or any prince for that matter. He plans to gift the Grey Host with his sanctuary. Don't you see? In their own realm, free from Molag Bal's tyranny, the Grey Host can live forever. And with the connection to Mundus and the power of the Dark... the Dark Heart. Rodder's drawing on its power. I can feel it turn to the orrery. Hurry!
chance you never thought possible. The door to our salvation stands open, Verandis. Come, finish what we started. All will be forgiven.
Brother, don't do this.
The void energy is consuming you, Verandis. I can show you how to control it. Just follow me.
Where'd the bastard go this time?
He's gone, Lyris. To the one place where he can complete his plan. I understand it all clearly now. Rodda has opened the gateway to his sanctuary. No. Not good at all. The Darkstorm requires power on an unprecedented scale. Darkness that will come. It will tear the Grey Host from Molag Bol's clutches and preserve them for eternity in his sanctuary realm. Death. To end the Darkstorm, once it's begun, I need to enter Radha's sanctuary realm and take control of the ritual. I can't ask you to join me. Radha showed us the door, and we forged the key. I have to follow. I have to stop the Darkstorm, for as you have seen from Radha's auramancy, Radha has started the ritual in his sanctuary realm. I can feel the pull in the darkness. Soon the Darkstorm will consume the energy in the Dark Heart. Then more people of the Reach will die to feed the heart and power this apocalyptic storm. Radha aligned the orrery in order to make his escape. Use the keystone on the dwarven mechanisms that control it. That should open a breach we can travel through. I never intended my theories to be turned into reality. In my research into a way to grant mortals the same immortality as vampires kept leading down dark paths, when you're ready, activate the mechanisms on each of those platforms in sequence. This process should be less risky than what we attempted. Radha has already aligned the device to point to our destination. Theoretically, we need only... Someone must keep the orrery in operation. They give me an earful when we return.
I'm holding you to that. Understand? You're really just going to hurl yourselves through the void. I was really hoping Varadas had something tricky up his sleeve. I guess there's nothing left to do but smack Radha al-Saran in his self-righteous face. You better. The only reason I'm agreeing to stay behind is because you're going with him. I can count on one finger the number of people I trust with this. So get this. Well, this is it. The portal that leads to Radha al-Saran, to the Darkstorm, and to the end of all. Now you sound like Verandas before a trip. I swear not to wreck the place while you're gone. And if the Grey Host shows up to start trouble...
This is it then. Everything that happened in Windhelm, Solitude, and Markarth. More than ready. I've sworn my blade to thrones and causes, but my blood and bones are Nord. If Radha al-Saran thinks he can ravage my homeland and get away with it, he's trying to scare me off. I know what we're getting into. But if we do get stuck in some lost realm of oblivion, I can think of worse. Can't say I'm looking forward to another romp in Oblivion. I've seen enough of the place for 10 lifetimes. Every place I've visited in Oblivion has been different. Chains and machines for Molag Bal. Endless libraries for Hermaeus Mora. Each realm shaped by its prince. But Radha al-Saran...
I can almost understand it. Radha al-Saran's desire, I mean. The unpleasantries of living with this curse have haunted me a long time. The thought of what... I'd be lying if I said no. But the price of salvation is too high. Radha al-Saran will doom thousands of souls to fates worse than death so that he and his chosen can escape. I don't need an eternity with that on my conscience. You and my father will see this through. I'll do all I can to keep the orrery in alignment. I don't know how long it can sustain. I'm fairly certain the dwarves built this as an observatory to chart the void. What we're doing is more akin to plunging a telescope.
We are about to travel into the unknown. Take a moment. Speak to our companions. No. Nothing else needs to be said. I have worked all my life to atone for the hubris of my first years as a vampire. Radha went to great lengths to remind me of my damnation. And I still can't control the darkness racing through my blood. Those words keep returning to haunt me. They never fail to make me feel foolish, both for having said them and for doubting them. The portal into the Dark Heart stands open and waiting. Let's just hope as ready as I can be. I don't have the luxury of walking away this time. Let's get moving. The more active the Dark Heart becomes, the harder it is for me to concentrate. It's like a conflict. Exactly? I have no idea. But Radha aligned it to open a specific destination. I can sense the dark storm gathering.
I expect you back before Fenorian gets bored. Don't make me come in there after.
I shall endeavor to return shortly. Tell me, my friends.
Are we leaping into the gaping portal or not? There you are. Damn shades are everywhere. Where's Verandis? Come on, up that rise. We'll find him. In the sky. That must be the Dark Storm. It must lead to Rada al-Saran. Let's follow the storm. Hopefully Verandis will do the same.
The Dark Heart is overwhelming you. Turn your back on my dream. I can save you. I can save all of us. Not even Molag Bal can threaten us here. The Grey Host will be an unstoppable force. Nothing will be beyond our reach.
Rhoda, your dream was never mine. It ends here.
Verandis, we are nearly free. Verandis! Join our forsaken kin in Molag Bal's team, you traitor! Watch as I destroy everything you cherish. I'm going to save you.
This, you bastard!
This is the sword that split Lecky's blade, reforged in bitter blood. You will decide what to take first. An arm, an eye. Blood, blade, and soul as one.
soul trap! Keep at it! That's it! I'll have the soul trap ready in a moment. Lead Rada to me!
How can you throw the Dark Heart against me? The work of Millennia will not be stopped by the likes of you.
Goodbye, Rada. I wish I could have found salvation for us both.
The Darkstorm rages. I must take control.
It will kill you!
If I don't stop the Darkstorm, then my death will be the least of our worries. God's power! It's everything Rada said it would be. I see. I can't end the Darkstorm. Not yet!
You and Lyris must go. While I still possess the power of the Dark Heart, I can only control the Darkstorm from here. I understand now what must be done to stop it. I can use the power of the Dark Heart, not any that can make everything right. I brought about this tragedy through my naivete. This is farewell.
I don't want to owe you, Verandis!
Have faith. Rada's last gift was hope.
You're back. But where's Verandis?
He's staying behind. I'm sorry.
He's staying? No. He promised. He promised me.
It was the only raid.
Look out! The Dark Heart! It's dormant. Verandis must have done it. He stopped the Darkstorm.
Arana?
I can breathe. I'm alive? I'm no illusion. Flesh and blood. I can't say myself. I remember being here, in this room. I remember the wound. Then nothing but I couldn't see. Everything was just warmth and light. There was a voice, though, guiding me. As I live and breathe, it was Verandis who led me here. I don't understand much of what occurred, but of that, I'm certain. There were a great many others drowning in that icy current. I'm certain I wasn't the only one pulled ashore. It's just a feeling, but a strong one. Markarth. That's where the spirits call me now. I have no fondness for the place, but you did what you thought was best, and the price I paid has been returned. None of us could have imagined this is where our path would lead, but I've no complaints with the outcome.
Did I hear you right? Verandis brought that woman back to life? Not just raised her from the dead, actually. Was that what the Count meant by making it right? He didn't just stop the Darkstorm. He used it to free the souls from the dark. Isn't that where Rada al-Saran harvested souls for the Dark Heart? If Verandis released them all, maybe Irana's right and she didn't come back. You go on ahead. Ben and Gwendis could use a moment. I'll make sure they make it to Markarth safely. Just bringing one person back should be impossible. Sort of divine but we saw the Grey Host manage it more than once. I was hoping to catch up. Hear that? Markarth is celebrating. That magnificent bastard really did it. He brought them. The Count enjoyed his mysteries, but yeah, I think so. When we started this, I thought the best. We rest. With Rada al-Saran dead, the Grey Host is finally buried for good. We couldn't have done it without you, partner. So eat, drink, find some company for your bed. It may seem odd coming from a Nord, but I'm glad to see all these Reach folk alive and well. They seem content, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind us bringing them a few more reasons to celebrate. News of Rada al-Saran's death won't compare to the dead returning to life. But I'm sure Kadik will be relieved to hear it. Why spoil the mood? I think... just fine. Even the great Lyris Titanborn needs a rest sometimes. Don't tell anyone.
To life. By Karstein's hounds, I still can't believe.
The Reach folk are...
Karstein's hounds, I still can't believe it. From which I hope we
Look! Look! Can you believe it? There's life to the keep again!
Ha! That's your doing, isn't it?
We are agreed. If Eastern and Western Skyrim can put aside their differences in the face of the Grey Host, then the Reach can do so as well. Come forward, Freehand. No need to bow for the sake of kings. If you had said only yesterday I'd play host to Nord rulers from across all Skyrim, I'd have told you the dead would live again before that happened. And here we are. A day of... Alas! The monster that nearly brought my lands to ruin has paid the price for his wrongs. I could ask no more, and yet that which was taken has been returned as well. Where is Count Ravenwatch, if he thinks to escape my gratitude? Then his name and deeds will echo these halls for as long as I sit upon the throne, which'll be a while yet, thanks to you both. And so long as these Nords are good to them, we treat for peace. Our battles with the Grey Host have ravaged all our kingdoms and peoples. We each seek to I've need of a counselor. In spite of her treachery, Lady Belain was a canny advisor. I need that again now, more than ever. Tell the witch, Arana. Aye, I suppose so. Can't just lop off her head after she got it back. Wouldn't do for morale. Unless she's determined to keep up her fight with me. I'm willing. It's a worthy holdfast, but not so much a city. I would have the land worked, the stone repaired, and the markets expanded. These are not things my kin have much knowledge in, but, well, they're a fair lot more agreeable than the she-wolf you travel with. Have the sense to show deference to a king in his own hall. Though I heard enough honeyed words from the Lady Belain for one lifetime. The fat one thinks himself a poet. Pah, Skald King. Nonsense. Every now and then comes a king of his kind. One who makes stirring pronouncements and promises that his court must struggle to keep. The past would tell me to hate Svargrim's whelp with all my vigor. We've battled and bled for more generations than I can count with her ilk. But this fledgling I heard Yoren sired the boy when he was young, but looking at the pair, I have a hard time saying who's father and who's whelp. Ernskar seems shrewd and dutiful, but his father, Castle. If you...
My ears are burning. Is that my name on the wind? Not even this gloomy old stone keep can dampen my spirits. My dreams hold true. Markarth is alive with joy. I'm barely foot to stone and he's clamoring for my attention. I had no mind to stand by a throne when I first started my journey. Now, I can speak for myself. You have more important matters to attend to. There's a friend who's journeyed a long way to thank you personally for all you've done. There's an out-of-the-way chamber in the rear of the keep where you can meet. Now, I should find the Ard and make sure he thinks before he speaks. I can, but I won't. I'm enjoying the suspense. Off with you.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, my friend. Do forgive my ghastly appearance. It seems I spoke too soon when I bade you a final farewell. I'm glad to have the opportunity to see you again, my friend. None of this would have been possible without you. As did I. When I took hold of the Darkstorm's power, I believed it would be the last thing I ever did. It was a force no mortal hands should wield. Still, with it, I was able to draw... No. As the last of the Dark Heart's power ebbed away, I should have been trapped in Radha's sanctuary realm. But I was forced out. Pushed, I'd say. I fell into the darkness of the... My soul became part of the Dark Heart, smelted inextricably into the fabric of its existence. So long as it remains dormant, its hold over me is... If I am to be wed to this power, then I must ensure that it never gets used again. For that to happen, both the heart and I must fade into obscurity. House Raven, I have no regrets. You gave me the opportunity to reckon with my past and pay penance. This journey has brought closure to the life of Count Verandis Ravenwatch. I have no idea what the future holds, but you seem to be the axis upon which this world turns. If it still has some use for me, I'm sure our paths will cross again. Until then, my friend.
Arana said they'd be this way. Come on.
Father!
They said you were gone.
I was, and I will be again. We have much to discuss, but I will not be returning to House Ravenwatch.
But who will...
You three have no more need of a guardian. It's time I put the future of the Ravenwatch in your hands.
But you'll still visit, right?
Every chance I get.
They said Verandis was imprisoned in the void, but he's here. Forgive, Adusa. You must be the one. There was a time when this one felt more like a nursemaid than compatriot to those two. But Gwendis and Fenorian are no longer helpers. House Ravenwatch has a long and noble tradition. This one will run the estate in Count Verandis' absence. She has done so before. As for the Ravenwatch...
Here and gone, here and gone. It's cruel to play with a girl's heart like this. But I'm glad Verandis kept his promise. Ugh, I'm having too many feelings right now. Great, terrible, everything in between. I've waited so long for Verandis to stop hovering over my shoulder. But I never thought it would be because he's not around. I realized something, though. When you and... I can't shed tears for him. It's not what he needs from me. He needs someone to carry on after him. To do the work he can't anymore. So that's what I'll do. Keep his legacy alive. Don't think it's just Verandis I expect to visit. It'd be nice bumping into you somewhere other than a moldy cavern once in a while. Castle Ravenwatch is always open to you. It's not like we have a shortage of guest rooms. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to give Verandis an earful. I think I heard the Ard calling for you when we were talking to Arana. They're making some proclamation in the audience chamber. Better not miss your accolades.
I don't know what I expected when Arana said there was someone waiting to see us, but I thought he was gone. I don't think there's anything left that could surprise me today. Forget I said that. No, I don't mean to give the wrong impression. It's all just a bit much. Maybe I should sit down. Right. I didn't imagine it. The truth is, we were already considering the future of the Raven Watch after you returned without Verandis. It seems that will bear further discussion. But I'm relieved at the circumstances. Your endorsement gives me confidence. Though we were hoping you'd consider joining our ranks, officially. Given everything you've done for the Raven Watch, it only seems right that we consider you. Welcome to the Raven Watch. I suppose that makes me your superior now. I'll try not to let it go to my head. You're to endure as much of the cheer and praise as the Ard and his people can heap upon you. And you're to have absolutely nothing to do with evil vampires for at least, I don't know. Remember, you're representing House Ravenwatch now. Consider this a diplomatic mission. I believe the Ard was calling for...
I thought you might enjoy a welcome surprise for once, Snow Lily.
Oh, sigh. You always know how to... Oh, hello, partner. Ah, there you are. I hope you don't mind, I got a bit sidetracked. Sai and I were just catching up. Swapping stories of our travels with you, actually. Brayden said there was a strange red guard looking for me. When I laid eyes on Sai, I didn't know whether to punch him or hug him. It was quite the surprise, but not a bad one. We've got a lot... I'd say being home has been nice, but you know I'd be lying. The Skald King owes me some rest. I think we'll take our leave of Skyrim and spend some time free of obligations. Always wanted to go back to Skingrad. People like us can't stay out of trouble very long. So let's share a few casks of mead while things are quiet. Oh, Caddock's looking for you. He and the other rulers want to make some big announcement. I haven't, but I'm sure you can keep them busy for a while longer. Right, partner? Sai and I still have a few dents to bang out of my armor.
It's been some time since our paths last crossed. I'm happy to see you again. And to know that Lyris was in good company. I had long planned to visit Skyrim and learn about their long history with the dragons, to help in our battle against them. When I heard that Lyris was here, fighting a sword saint no less. Rada al-Saran was an Anse of great renown, a legend to rival Leki herself. The sword saints are a lost legacy to my people. It's a shame that al-Saran did not devote himself to restoring that honorable tradition, instead of his monsters. Lyris has promised to show me some of the dragon culture ruins and barrows. With good fortune, they may help us learn.
Finally!
Not a moment too soon. Kadak's eager to demonstrate that he's the equal of any Nord king. He hopes it will legitimize his claim as king of the Reach. He's not wrong, but he'd look more a fool if I weren't. That I am. It's a new dawn. For me, for Markarth, for the Reach. After all you've done to bring it back from the brink of oblivion. Putting up with Kadak's arse-headed notions. Let's not stretch the bones of reason. There'll be no shortage of bickering and cursing in our future, but there's trust. So long as we both want what's best for the Reach, that'll do. Best to see him now. I can see him casting glares our way.
Fair adventurers. Come and go as you please. Keep 3 kings and a jarl biding on their thumbs in a crowded hall. Suppose you've earned that right, Rover. Simply put, I like that. In doing what needed doing, you brought all the crowns of Skyrim to one hall. You put the Grey Host back in the ground, and it... 3 hands of Markarth! You long-suffering lot, I call my kin! We've survived another long night, darker than we've ever known. But we didn't endure it alone. Against the Grey Host we found unlikely allies, and put aside old grudges. Together, we not only survived, we flourished!
We owe these miracles to the efforts of all kinds. Reachman, Nord, Vampire, Outlander. Heroes of every stripe. Let us follow their example. We have warred together. We celebrate together. Let us rebuild together.
From this day forward, we clash mugs instead of swords. Peace and prosperity to all our kingdoms. Cheers to the heroes of Skyrim.
Let us remember them with song and drink. We, the children of Skyrim, we shall endure! Looking for another adventure, my friend? You need to learn to relax for a while. Eat, drink, find a companion. Life, I do. She's an impressive young woman. Is Western Skyrim ready for Swana? That's the more pertinent question. Solitude shuns the outside world. I have no desire to replace a despot. Haven't these people suffered enough? In any event, my forces are stretched too thin to take on much more. If the people... Shore's bones. Why does everyone insist on seeing ulterior motives behind every kind act? Can't a king just be a nice person? Look, someone has to extend the hand of friendship before...
I think that went well, don't you? I thought it would be best to keep the speeches short. I'm just glad my father agreed to let me take the lead. I don't know that the Ard has the patience for one of the... After years of saber rattling, we need to start learning how to be good neighbors. How will we trade goods? How will we resolve disputes? Jarl Svanna and I are resolved to lay a foundation that our diplomats can build upon. Right, the Ard. I think it might be best for Svanna and I to work closely on a framework first, and present it to Ard Kadak. He's got a lot going on, and...
It still doesn't feel real to me. So much has happened since we first met that it feels like a lifetime ago. The nightmare is finally over, though. I know I won't wake up to find everything as it was. Prince Ernskar is eager to lay out the terms of our new accord, but that's tomorrow's work. After this is to get out of this damn...
Don't mind. I could